Well, howdy. It is Wednesday afternoon in sunny Southern California, which isn't so sunny right now. November the 20th, 2019. Journal 231, T+232. And don't laugh because I'm wearing this vest and long sleeves. We're out here on the left coast. We're weather wimps, I admit that. And anything below 60 degrees here is winter, period. End of report. And it's below 60 degrees as it's raining outside, which is the first rain we've had since May, actually. I thought I'd talk about something to this afternoon a little different, perhaps, maybe a little bit more introspective. Who knows? And that is one of the great mysteries that you encounter as a cancer patient, certainly as a patient of any catastrophic illness, I would guess, and as a transplant patient, in my case, it's certainly not a great mystery of life when you run headlong into an episode of graft versus host disease, which is something I'm dealing with right now. And there's external manifestations of whatever's going on with your body. In my particular case, it's, as I mentioned just a couple of days ago, it's swollen tongue, sore tongue. In the inside of your cheeks and gums becomes sore and swollen. I have 2 ulcerated sores in my esophagus, deep in my esophagus. And a number of other annoying kind of manifestations. And that's okay. I mean, it sounds cavalier to say that that's okay, but it is okay because I can feel them. I can feel the manifestation of what's going on in my body, and I have a sense of what's happening. And as a result of that, I'm more able to deal with it. One of the great mysteries of life, perhaps not to me, but, well, perhaps to me and not to my doctors, is what's going on in my body that I don't know about. And I say that having this whole discussion triggered by a telephone call I got not too long ago from the City of Hope and the Path Lab explaining that this particular instance of graft versus host disease is what they classify as moderate, which means nothing to me because I have no idea what slight and severe are. So, and that's part of what we're talking about. Pain is messy, it's visceral, it's personal. It's something that doesn't fit itself easily to any kind of a chart, like the pain chart that you see when you go to the doctor and they offer you in the hospital, perhaps, to try and get a sense of where you are. It's really difficult to objectify something like that. But as difficult as it is to objectify that, it's a whole lot easier than having to deal with the anxiety and the fear, almost dread, of recognizing that there are things going on inside your body, underneath your skin, invisible things that you can't see or feel. And you won't know about until you can see or feel them. And when that happens, a lot of times things have gotten a lot worse. So it's one of those things that I have to deal with. It's one of those things that anybody in my circumstance has to deal with. It's something probably everybody should think about every once in a while because it's probably the best reason in the world to see a doctor for regular checkups, because early detection is certainly one of the things that we can all benefit from in any challenge, medical challenge, physical challenge that we're facing. And it's a great, it's a great advertisement for healthy living and exercise and diet and all the things that go along with that. But it doesn't change what's going around inside your mind. And that's the hard part. That's the hard part of what you have to get used to. That's the hard part of what you have to deal with. That's the hard part of what you have to steel yourself for, is recognizing that there are things likely, in a case like mine, where graft versus host disease can be attacking an organ. or it can be attacking soft tissue in the body that I can't see or feel for right now. And you have to get past that, because if you can't get past that mentally, it's going to have a tremendous impact on you physically. So the only way that I found to do it effectively is, first of all, to acknowledge the fact that things like that go on. It's a reality, and it's a reality that I can't do anything about. Graft versus host disease is something that can occur during the transplant, anywhere from its very beginning, from the time you're infused with the donor's stem cells. Generally for the first year to 2 years after the transplant. It takes that long for the T cells and the antigens in your body to educate themselves, as my doctor put it, to their new home and their new role, and to get them to relax enough so that they won't continue to attack the host's body. Excuse me. And all of this, as I said before, is very real, and I've talked about it a little bit before. It's an uncomfortable subject. It's uncomfortable to confront, but it's much more uncomfortable to ignore. And I think that's where we all benefit. If we recognize that all the demons that terrify us, all the demons that cause us anguish and mental pain, are less apt to have a debilitating effect on our lives if we acknowledge them, if we embrace them. If we learn somehow how to manage them. And that's what I know I'm trying to do. And I think that's what I'm going to be successful doing, because it's something that I want to be successful doing. And it's something to think about. And maybe that's the whole issue here, are all the hidden demons. And they don't have to be just medical demons, by the way. They can be any kinds of demons that like to lurk deep in your subconscious and torment you late at night while you're lying in bed and can't sleep. So I think that's it for tonight. I really do. Something for us all to think about. I know I'm going to triumph over this. I know I'm going to be okay. I don't want anybody to worry about me based upon what I've shared here tonight. I just think it's important enough to talk about, because they're always asking you how you feel or what's bothering you. And I think just as important is the recognition, the acknowledgement that there's another component to all of this, and it's what's going on that you can't see or feel or experience that can present itself in anxiety and anguish. And I think sometimes it's really just as important to talk about that with your doctor or your healthcare professional as it is to talk about whether you have a 7 or a 10 or a 9 in the pain level that you've been asked to describe. So stay well, take care. I hope your pain chart is steady at 0, and everything is good. All right, till tomorrow. Tomorrow's clinic day. I go down, get my blood work done, and find exactly how moderate my moderate GVHD is. I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. Love you all. Bye.